If you flirt with me and I'm attracted to you, incredible. Shoot your shot. I mean, who wouldn't? And if you flirt with me and I'm not attracted to you, what are you, a freaking pervert? And what am I? A piece of meat? And if I flirt with you, no matter what, you're welcome.
This is exactly why so many good men are no longer approaching women. Because either one, they have experienced this exact situation themselves. Or two, women are just telling this to men, just like this lady, and men are listening. And that's the thing about good men, is that they respect women and they want to know their opinions, and they will modify their behavior based on what women are telling them. So because those men are good men and they're trying to listen to do the right thing, they are no longer approaching because of what women are telling them. What a lot of women don't realize they're doing is by putting out this message is that they're actually keeping the good men from approaching them, and they're causing the men that don't care about listening to women to approach them. That is why women are the ones that need to realize this. They need to realize that how attracted they are to a man does not determine whether or not that man is creepy. It's really that simple.
Exactly. So many men swimming away, don't have time for BS. Oh, we not like that. Here you are saying that you are in fact like that. What is a man to believe?
To all the people who saw the video that I made last night about getting like touched when I'm in public because people want to come up and say hi, and they're commenting and they're saying stuff like, ooh, what were you wearing? What were you wearing? I get it. I get it. I get it. I get that's what men say. I get it. And I'm sorry. And men are stupid, and I get it.
This one might get me into a lot of hot water, but I need to say it. In today's day and age, I actually think that it can be outright dangerous for a man's mental health to have a large female following, especially when you're trying to talk about experiences that might be negative about women. Because this is exactly what this man has, okay? He gives relationship advice and they're little short clips of his little opinions or experiences, and he has a very large female following. Well, the second he comes on and he makes a video about a personal experience about being touched by a woman that he didn't want to be touched by, he even still validated a woman's experience, and he was saying that he understands that women go through this. He's still got this negativity in the comments. And this is where it's going to be controversial, but I am going to say it because I can say it, I think, a little bit safer than men, but women are more mean. They are more mean than men. If they have been hurt, if this has happened to them, they are going to give it right back to a man. And by that, I mean any man. That includes him making this video. They're going to show up in the comments. That's my opinion. Stay safe out there, guys.
Nobody's helping me. Nobody's helping me. All these men for what?
What do you want us to do?
What a lot of women do not want to admit is that this would be exactly them when they get into a situation like this. Because so many women have been fed the message that they have to be strong, that they have to be an independent woman, that is really where their value lies today. But when push comes to shove and they get into a situation like this, they're looking for a man to help them. I don't think there's anything weak about that. I think that's just knowing your strengths and knowing somebody else's strengths. The problem is when you're living in a very peaceful, calm state and you're not falling into situations like this, it's unfortunately a little easy to forget the value in somebody else. The problem is when so many women villainize men as a whole and they say that they'd rather pick the bear than be with a man. They don't realize that in the next instant, if they were out of their peaceful, calm state and they were in a situation like this, they would be looking to a man. And what do you think men feel about that? Because they know this. And do you hear the man in the background saying, how can I help you? Like, he is willing to actually still help. And that is the majority of men. That's what a lot of women don't realize, is that even though you bash them and you push them down, they are still coming up to the plate. And that should be admired.
You guys ever notice that you'll rarely see a single guy out in public? I was talking to one of my girlfriends about this. You'll never see a single guy just out and about at a cafe or market. They're usually with their girlfriend. And I'm sure there's exceptions to the rule, but I swear most single men just stay home unless they have a girlfriend. I don't know. If you're a single guy and you actually are out in the wild doing stuff, what do? Where are you at?
There are a million places where single men hang out. At a cafe by himself is not one of them. Just off the top of my mind, it could be almost anywhere outdoors, especially near water, like a beach, a river, a pond, a mountain, whether that's hiking trails when it's warm out or a ski trail when it's winter, a driving range, a pew-pew range, a car show, a sports event, anywhere that has really good wings. But if all else fails, just remember that they're basically sleeping, eating, working out, at work, probably working overtime, or just hanging out at their house. Other than that, they're falling into their hobbies. They're spending a lot of time having fun.
Y'all look at this man. I asked him to bring me to a fancy restaurant, and he brought me to Cheesecake Factory. I have lowered my standards way too low, y'all.
Okay. Nah, you want to get on TikTok with? Go ahead. Pay your side of the tab. We gonna split the bills. Pay your side of the tab here.
Absolutely not.
Put up with this.
You know what? I will go out of here right now and catch an Uber.
Oh, you gonna walk out, huh?
Yes.
Oh, you gonna give me some tonight?
No.
You gonna give me some?
No, I'm
Okay,
not.
pay your tab here.
No.
First of all, I love the Cheesecake Factory. Second of all, he has delicious taste because he's got the fried mac and cheese in front of him. Third of all, the way that he handled this situation is reasonable and appropriate. And that is because of the other two reasons that I already mentioned. This is why so many men are frustrated with women's expectations. Because all men and all reasonable women know that this is a totally appropriate restaurant to take a date to. I mean, let's not forget, the Cheesecake Factory has a huge selection on their menu, so she's going to find something that she likes. And there's no dress code, so she could wear anything and be comfortable. And there's cheesecake. You just can't go wrong.
I know that I am not the most beautiful woman in the world. I know that you don't even believe I'm the most beautiful woman in the world.
Yeah, I would disagree with what you're saying.
Am I the most beautiful woman in the world?
Because that's the thing is beauty is way more. Beauty in a person is so much wrapped up in that.
100%.
And there's actually no one more beautiful than you. Like genuinely, because there's so much in that.
This is exactly what I see women get wrong time and time again. Because beauty is so much more than surface level. And a big part of that, ladies, is in your actions, is how you treat him. It's in your personality. It's in your selflessness. It's in your caring and nurturing nature. Those are the things that a good man cares about. This is an update on this situation because this woman posted this TikTok a few weeks ago. It had millions of views. She has now appropriately been pushed off of social media. Literally, she has no more account. She has deleted everything. And even her sister, who has TikTok, has come on and apologized. None of her family or friends are defending her, which is exactly what should happen. And I think that this is what a lot of women don't understand to smaller degrees when they come on here and they just shout out hate towards men in general. They think that they're going to get backed up by a large group of women. I'm glad to see that those people, both men and women, have shown up and told this woman the truth. Most people have experienced this kind of hurt personally. The bottom line, in the real world, I think that we see women and men understanding that we need each other and we appreciate each other. For a lot of men, it's just nice seeing that some double standards are starting to break down. Maybe.
Drink in hand, clean house, beautiful day. Instead of saying, you know what, I think I'm gonna order in. Hop on the couch, snuggle up in my coziest blanket, just binge watch a show, enjoy my night. You decide to get on here and make a stupid TikTok. Interesting choice.
I'm dying because he ordered a cake for no reason.
What do you mean? I bought it for myself.
I know. What does it say? Thank you for all you do. Who's that for?
For myself.
You bought this for... Why would you buy a cake for yourself?
I want to thank me. You know, like Snoop Dogg does.
That is a man that is unbothered, so much so that he is not afraid to appreciate himself. And I bet you anything, that is a man that has been putting in the time and the effort into his work, into his family, into his relationships. And he likes cake, and he's supporting a local bakery. It all makes sense to me. But I don't think that his wife should feel like this is a slight against her. Like, she shouldn't feel bad about this. Because if the message behind this from him was that he wanted her to think of something to do for him that would be appreciative, he should have just told her that, right? She shouldn't have to read his mind. Just like I say all the time, girls, if you want flowers from your man, just tell him. But with that being said, I do think that his wife should take some notes because the man obviously feels like he should be appreciated. He's been putting in the work and he obviously likes cake. So get him a cake sometime.
So one of my guy friends gave me permission to make a Hinge account for him because I was telling him how easy dating is with dating apps. And he was telling me that it's incredibly difficult. And I was like, Pete, you must be doing something wrong. And he gave me permission to create an account for him and just run the account. I've been a virtual boy for 3 days. And I've never felt this bad about myself. I feel like a freaking loser trying to get these girls to like me. And I'm starting to hate women. Because I'm like, when I say I mean Pete, because that's the account I'm using. Pete's about a 6. But I'm so desperate, I'm liking the 2s and the 3s. And even they won't like me back, Pete, which is a 6. So what level of delusion has entered women's heads? Like, what is going on? It is so difficult dating as a boy. I hate it. I'm on day 3 of being a boy, and I hate women, and I'm more depressed than ever.
This is exactly what men have been saying for years about dating apps. Because first off, it is very rare for men to even get matches, especially matches with women that they are actually physically attracted to. And that is not because men are swiping only on supermodels, like they're only swiping on 10s. They are swiping right on a variety of women, just as long as they think that they could be attracted to her. But ladies, you have to understand that even when men find matches, it is very rare for them to have an actually good conversation. Because usually you ladies are really dry texters and you will just ghost them oftentimes. So yeah, men have been complaining about this for the longest of times, which is why if you're a woman that is interested in a man off of a dating app, all you have to do is to show a little bit of effort. If you do that, that man is going to double down on the effort and the energy that he spends on you. He's going to pursue you and most likely be everything that you want him to be. It is like a no-fail way to end up with a boyfriend.
I have a brief question for the men. Is it actually possible to think about nothing? And if so, what is nothing? Because as a woman, I don't really know what that means.
Some men will call this their nothing box, and it's basically where their attention and focus goes outward instead of inward. But they're still very conscious, like they are taking in their surroundings, it's just without analyzing or judging. Some men will also say that it's not so much thinking about nothing, but it's just not thinking. It's like driving on cruise control on the interstate, and you get to your destination and you have no idea how you even got there. What's interesting to me is that I really think that this is similar to how women will describe dissociation, but women will see this as a scary thing. Like the fact that she dissociates is a scary negative thing because of some form of trauma in her past. Whereas men, they love the nothing box. They want to be able to achieve the nothing box on a daily basis because they spend their entire day figuring things out, solving problems. The nothing box is a vacation for them.
Girls tell guys exactly what they want with subtle hints. Example, I have left these flowers here for 3 weeks dead. They've been here dead on the table for 3 weeks, and I've been thinking, my boyfriend passes this table 6 billion times a day. He sees this 6 billion times a day. One of these times, he's gonna pass by and think, the flowers are dead, they're crumbling all over the table. I think it's probably time to replace the flowers. I was sadly mistaken, as Justin Bieber said. I was sadly mistaken, and now I have to throw these flowers away, and I'm gonna probably get new ones for myself. I just feel like that was the most subtle hint I could have possibly left.
You know what your man's actually probably thinking is that you must really like those flowers because you're keeping them for a long time and he's not going to touch them because you must really like them. Or he didn't even notice the flowers were there. Now, what he might notice is an empty vase with nothing in it. Maybe a little bit of water. Maybe try that. Or maybe just tell him what you want and don't make him read your mind.
Every first date that I go on, the man always says, so I was on a date with this girl, and I have to jump in with, oh, you date children? Watching his response is a great litmus test, because he's either going to be really offended that I just compared him to a pedophile, or he is going to change his language immediately, because he realizes that a 41 to 50-year-old man calling his similarly aged dates girls is creepy.
Or he's gonna be thankful that you're throwing out the red flags right away. This will give him time to escape while he still can. This sort of behavior is exactly why some women have first date after first date, never a second date. Because they are intentionally argumentative, like they're trying to teach a man, but you're not going to teach him anything other than you're intentionally argumentative. And that a lifetime of passive aggressiveness would be in his future if he were to choose you. I mean, the bottom line is that relationships aren't for everyone, but you seem fun.
He's honestly probably trying to plot his exit, because the stuff that you're saying right now is foolishness. Drink your water and go home.
My soon-to-be ex-husband just pulled up to my house in a brand new truck. And I'm not really sure if I'm sad about it or if I'm mad about it. There's a little bit of both happening there, because a brand new truck really mattered more to this man than his marriage and his dog. Which, I mean, if he wants to be the loser that lives in an apartment with a brand new car, then by all means be my guest. All he's doing is showing me that he really was a financial burden on me and that I should not keep him around. One of the most consistent arguments we had was that he wanted a brand new $100,000 truck.
I think that most guys watching this will guarantee you that that man is so happy with his new truck. And he's probably not even thinking twice about what his ex-wife thinks about it. Because that's one of the biggest benefits of being single. You get to make all of your choices yourself. And my biggest piece of advice to that soon-to-be ex-wife is to let it go, because pretty soon you're not going to have any ties to that man.
So my body count is 500, and it got me thinking, what is the average person's? Like, I'd be right up there with you, girl, except my dad kept saying this stupid phrase throughout my childhood. It was so redundant. What was it? Oh, I love you.
Okay, listen, I've confirmed it. My husband no longer cares about me. Okay, so this morning when I woke up in a really bad mood. Okay, I don't know why I woke up in a bad mood, but I was just in a bad mood. And I wanted to talk to him about it. I really did. So when he asked me the first time, he said, "What's wrong with you? You're acting like you're in a bad mood or something." I said, "No, I'm fine." Okay, so then he asks again. He was like, "No, I can tell something's wrong with you. What's going on? Is there something wrong?" And I said, "No, I'm fine." And then he never asked me again. He never asked again. And what hurts the most is that I was going to tell him on that third time. I was going to tell him the third time that he asked. Did not persist with the questions. He asked twice and he let it go. Who does that? Who does that? I'll tell you who does that. Somebody who doesn't care about their wife. That's who does that. Somebody who's probably cheating on her. Somebody who...
Or maybe your man just can't read your mind and he's relying on you to use your big girl words when something is wrong with you and tell him. And what's frustrating for that man is that he's most likely going to be the one to apologize because he doesn't want to fight. Even though he's not the one that woke up with the bad mood. Even though he's the one that did check in with you to see what was wrong. Even though all that man probably wants is for you to be okay. On the other hand, if you used your words and you told him what was wrong, and if he had a poor reaction to that, that would be a different story. But at least that would be something real for him to actually apologize about.
Would you rather one night with us or a year's supply of this sandwich?
That looks like a barbecue brisket sandwich, and I can get one of those down at Buc-ee's for $11. A year's supply, I'm assuming, would be 3 a day, so that's $33 a day times 365 days a year, which comes out to a little over $12,000 in monetary value. On your best night, the two of you are worth $80 together, minus the cost of a hotel room and treating gonorrhea. So I don't even know how you came to ask this question. Women, y'all talk a lot about choosing the bear. I choose the brisket sandwich.
There's this facial expression that men do that I've actually never seen women do. And I'm gonna see if I can replicate it here. But it's like when somebody is explaining something, I don't know if it's more like their reasoning behind something. But anyway, so this is the look that like men will give. It's this like weird... I can't even do it because I've never made the face before.
It's literally the, "Are you sure about that?" face. But he doesn't want to hurt your feelings, so he's going to be quiet. He's going to let you get to your point. And then he's going to very gently nudge you towards the truth.
I need to know when it became cute and trendy to publicly humiliate and just like make fun of your husband. Let's watch this video of this woman videoing her husband while he's like catching a baseball with their kids, so playing with his kids. He looks at her while she's recording and is like smiling because he thinks that she's like admiring him, and her text is like saying how much of an it was. And then the comments are people just on her husband. She's like liking all the comments. It's not that deep. It's not that deep. It's just a joke. If your husband did that to you, you would literally file for divorce. You would have thousands of comments of girls and women commenting, telling you to get divorced because your husband's a POS. You realize your husband is a reflection of you. So when you are posting that he's giving you the ick for just like existing, what does that say about you?
Where's the man that likes to come home to a home-cooked meal? I mean, like, as you can see, like, do they exist anymore? I don't think they do.
He's probably either one, new to this and he's in your friend zone, or two, you tried to put him in your friend zone, but he was smarter than that, or three, he exited your friend zone a long time ago.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I am not being submissive. If you want to be with me, you need to be the provider, you need to be the protector, you need to make sure my hair is done, my nails done, my feet are done. Look at my yard. I need my grass cut every single week. Don't worry about how many bodies I got. That's the past. God knows my heart. I'm not gonna be cooking, I'm not gonna be cleaning. All that is your responsibility. Me and my kids are a package deal. Trust me, if you don't want it, somebody else will.
Would you rather go buy me an engagement ring right now, or decimate everyone in that restaurant?
I could just go down to a pawn shop and buy a fake ring, so yeah, that works for me.
So you want to give me a fake ring?
If it involves getting out of killing people, yes.
So is there a reason that you don't want to propose to me?
Because we've just gone on our first date.
Oh, and what's the problem?
Any of you watching this, if you don't see the problem either, I'm very concerned about you.
I can tell you one thing for sure, that poor man is going home and deleting Bumble. That is the last Bumble date he will ever be on.
Ma'am, he's got a chocolate cake in his hand. You've probably got leftovers too. Just go home and eat those. You need to go to bed.
That man is quite literally minding his own business. He sat at least 4 chairs down from you and on the other side. Just because you're a woman does not mean that you quite literally get to exist in a room with only women and not men. Because that is a public airport. And honestly, if you have a problem with where that man decided to sit, you could also decide to move. And maybe then if that man followed you, that would be a reasonable thing to have an issue with. What's really happening here is that you're trying to villainize a man that did nothing wrong. And that is what I have an issue with, and what most women should take up issue with on social media. Because you know, I know, we all know that that man did nothing wrong. But the truth is that you decided to film somebody unknowingly, and then you posted it on social media. So let's be real, who's really the creep?
Listen, I date men that are worth over $50 million, which means that if you think asking for a black car being sent to you by just a regular person is like not achievable, you need to raise your standards. I ask them sometimes on the first date, but definitely by the second date, to give me a gift. Now, I'm not going to tell them what to gift me because I want to see how generous they are, but they are not allowed to get me flowers because I already get myself flowers every week. Like, I don't need flowers, please.
Oh, who's gonna tell her? Look, if this is your idea of dating standards, I guess that's fine. But if you want standards that a wife should have for her future husband, you should probably talk about things other than money. You should probably consider how he treats you and how he speaks to you, how he thinks, what do you have in common, what are his interests? Is this somebody that you could be friends with, that you would want to hang out with? Does he make you feel like you're the most beautiful woman in the room? Does he give you all of his attention? Do you almost effortlessly want to reciprocate that? That is what women need to hear. That is what men want. That is what men that want to be husbands want. That is what wives should want to be. And I can say that now. I'm a wife.
A lot of women on here lying about what they be doing and where they be going. Y'all like to show receipts about everything else. Your Hinge dates, people be in your inbox, your DMs. Y'all like to show that. The conversations about with the creeps and all that. Go ahead and show these conversations with these rich men. Go ahead and prove to us that you got it like that.
Women that don't lie and don't cheat and have a low body count and are supportive and don't gaslight their boyfriends and aren't addicted to wearing makeup and participate in things like cooking and cleaning, that's not special. That is just the bare minimum to be a woman in 2025.
Healthy men who sit more in their masculine energy, the one thing they search for in a woman is peace.
A woman that can ignite that, a woman that can bring that into his life. Because think about it, when a man is so much in his masculine energy, he's trying to build his life. He's trying to create a life for himself that's solid, that's stable, you know? And having a woman who's chaotic will derail that. So every time you meet a man, always ask him, what do you look for in a woman? And his answer really will tell you a lot, because every toxic guy I've ever asked that question to always had the most ridiculous answers in the world. But healthy masculine men only want, majority of them only want this one thing, and that's literally peace.
The problem with this, though, is that if a woman asks a man this that is interested in her and his answer is that he wants peace, that woman is highly likely to not take that well. And I'm going to tell you why. It's because a lot of women that hear that you want peace, they interpret that as you don't want her to have an opinion on anything. You don't want her to bring things to you that conflicts with what you already believe or think. But that's not what healthy men mean. What they mean, really, is that they already have a peaceful life. He wants somebody that can enjoy that peace with him that he already created. He just doesn't want somebody to come in and ruin his peace. I highly agree that men should be looking for this. I just don't think that men are going to go very far if they are verbalizing this to women, because women take it the wrong way, unless they're willing to listen to this, and then they'll understand.
Why do men ask permission to have a first kiss with a girl? As someone who's in the dating world, there is nothing less attractive than a man at the end of a date when you've had a great date, when you have chemistry, and there's like the moment, and it's about to be your first kiss, and then he goes, hey, is it okay if I kiss you? It just takes the moment away. Like, it ruins it.
This is just another case of be careful what you ask for, ladies. Because too many men have gotten themselves into some serious trouble, and at the very least, they've been called a creep. Because they ended up misinterpreting a situation. They thought that the woman was really interested in him. They thought that she wanted him to kiss her. But that wasn't the case, because she didn't clearly say the words. She was kind of putting off the vibes, he thought, but she didn't clearly say it. So he's going to now ask her, because men know that they are not the best at reading body language. So they're not going to just go by that. They are going to ask you. So if you have a problem with that, and that's actually a turnoff for you, I don't know. I think that says more about you than him.
Is this rage bait? Is this rage bait? What are you talking about? They get on this app and say anything. Turn the camera off and go back home, please.
I want to know what a boys' notes app looks like. I know what the girlies are putting in there. I've seen it firsthand. I do it. My notes app is crazy. It's all over the place. But I want to know, what does a boys' notes app look like? What are they writing in there? I'm honestly a little bit scared to see, but I'm actually so curious.
The answer to this kind of depends on the man and what he does for work. For most men, there's a lot of measurements that he can't remember what he measured. But in general, passwords and maybe a grocery list, a movie rating list, Minecraft coordinates. If he's a blue collar man, it's specs, serial numbers, measurements, parts numbers, and model numbers. If he's a finance guy, it's business ideas, travel spots, budgeting, quotes. And then depending on his hobbies, a car list or a project list. For a lot of guys, it serves as a graveyard for unwritten letters, almost texts, and late night honesty. And then there's some men, I know this because I married one, that has nothing written down, nothing in notes. It's unused because everything's up here.
3 in one sitting. Is there any need?
Let's make some magic.
What is it? Is it that you don't like me enjoying my life, or you don't want to see me happy? Which one is it?
I just think
Which one is it?
It's just
I don't drink, I don't go out, I don't party.
So excessive mini roll consumption it is.
Is it the happiness that makes you angry that I'm happy? Is seeing me happy? It's like when I nap. I can't have a nap.
Would you allow a child to have 3?
I'm 40 years old.
The fact that this man is logically reasoning through why his wife has a problem with him having too many snacks, it's honestly another demonstration of what men are willing to put themselves through for the sake of love. The sad part is that guys like this, they deserve better. But good men are also extremely loyal, so he's not going to just get up and leave because he's unhappy in the marriage. No, he's going to reason through it, and he's going to try to get his wife to see the light. He's going to try to get her to treat him better, or he's at least least just going to cope with it and do what he wants. He's going to eat the snacks. But the even sadder part is that if down the line, like years from now, his wife decides that she's not happy and she wants to leave the marriage, that man is going to be single and then probably want to stay single because of how he was treated. He was actually pretty unhappy in the relationship, and that's how he's going to view relationships. So why would he get into another one?
If you flirt with me and I'm attracted to you, incredible. Shoot your shot. I mean, who wouldn't? And if you flirt with me and I'm not attracted to you, what are you, a freaking pervert? And what am I? A piece of meat? And if I flirt with you, no matter what, you're welcome.
This is exactly why so many good men are no longer approaching women. Because either one, they have experienced this exact situation themselves. Or two, women are just telling this to men, just like this lady, and men are listening. And that's the thing about good men, is that they respect women and they want to know their opinions, and they will modify their behavior based on what women are telling them. So because those men are good men and they're trying to listen to do the right thing, they are no longer approaching because of what women are telling them. What a lot of women don't realize they're doing is by putting out this message is that they're actually keeping the good men from approaching them, and they're causing the men that don't care about listening to women to approach them. That is why women are the ones that need to realize this. They need to realize that how attracted they are to a man does not determine whether or not that man is creepy. It's really that simple.